So you want to get started making money selling products on Amazon. You know it's real and you know it can change your life just like it did for me when I went from zero to making over six figures profit my first year. But I have a funny feeling after seeing so many of your guys' comments, DMs, and messages that a lot of you guys don't yet know how to find winning products. Not only can selling on Amazon make you lots of money, but it's also pretty simple once you know the basics. The purpose of this video is to step-by-step take you from beginner to expert with Amazon FBA product research in 2025. And if you're ever interested in personalized one-on-one coaching directly from me, I'll leave a link down below in the description for my coaching program application. Let's jump right in and source some winning products. All right, guys, so we're here inside my screen, and this is where we're going to be hanging out to do Amazon online arbitrage product research. Keep in mind, guys, this does not require buying stuff from China, buying products both from wholesalers, running any ads, doing any marketing, or spending a ton of money on complicated, expensive, or even outdated software. All we're doing is finding simple name brand products that we can flip on Amazon for a profit, that have proven sales history on Amazon, that have sold well already for months or years, that other sellers are already making money on, that there's enough demand and low enough competition that we can go ahead and get our piece of the pie as well. So to start off, we're going to take a look at a couple examples of winning products, how they actually work, winning product criteria, the different softwares you want to use, and then we're going to go into how to find winning products from here. And the best way as a beginner is probably not what you think here. And if you guys ever have any questions, make sure to let me know down below in the comments as well. So to start off, taking a look at this product right here, we can see these Yankee Candle air fresheners right here. So with online arbitrage, we're just tapping into existing demand, big name brand products customers already know, like, and trust. So you probably heard of Yankee Candle, and it makes sense that it would sell well on Amazon, right? So to start off here, taking a look at this product here, we can see the buy box on this product is 26 bucks right here. So this is where we want to be as a seller right here in the buy box. Luckily, the buy box rotates to everyone that's priced competitively and has their inventory fully checked in at FBA. After you ship it to yourself, then ship it off to an Amazon FBA warehouse here. We can also see that this product has good demand because it has 100 plus bought in the past month, and it has a good amount of reviews here. However, the best way that we want to go ahead and gauge velocity on a specific product is going to be the BSR, otherwise known as the best sellers rank on a specific item here. And there's two Chrome extensions you need to do Amazon product research. And luckily, they're both only $20 per month. The first one is going to be the SellerAmp Chrome extension right here. So you want to make sure you're doing this on Google Chrome here, guys. And the best way to gauge velocity is going to be taking a look at the best sellers rank right here. So you want to make sure every item you're taking a look at is under a 200,000 best sellers rank. So the lower the BSR, the better. A 1K sales rank sells better than a 10K sales rank, which sells better than a 50K sales rank, which sells better than a 150K sales rank, for example. So the lower the sales rank, the better. Pretty much always staying below a 200K rank, and then above 30 estimated sales per month here, right? And you might be thinking, okay, aren't there a ton of fees and shipping and everything on Amazon? And luckily, SellerAmp actually takes into account all of that stuff for you. So it literally takes into account all the Amazon fees, shipping, sales tax, literally everything like that. So we can see here our max cost on SellerAmp in order to make above a 30% return on investment here, if we go ahead and plug that in, is after shipping, fees, sales tax, literally everything here, about $4 profit and a 30% ROI right here. But if we go ahead and take a look over on Yankee Candle here, we can see these are going for $5 a piece. You can see that it looks like they updated the packaging a little bit here. So if we go ahead and buy these for $5 a piece here and sell a 3-pack, that's going to put our buy cost here at about 15 bucks. So we can see that puts the profit and the ROI in red. Remember, guys, we want that profit above $3 per unit and that ROI above 30%, right? So we're not quite there. And that's where so many beginner online arbitrage sellers go wrong, is they think that items are going to be profitable at the advertised price it shows on the website. That's almost never the case. But if I take a look here, guys, I can see that hiding down here in the bottom left, if I just click this here, there's actually a 20% sign-up code we can take advantage that's going to lower this buy cost here. So if I just plug in my phone number here, I can go ahead and take off 20% from this. And now this listing becomes $4 profit and a 36% ROI, and it's not bad whatsoever. And that's the thing you really need to understand, is if you're ever struggling with online arbitrage product research, you're just not using the right discounts to make those products work. And in a couple minutes, I'm going to show you guys how to actually use all the different discounts and what they are, which is going to make a massive difference. And it's the number one reason I see beginner sellers not finding winning products, because they're not using the discounts right here. So we can see now this becomes good. And the nice thing is this is after shipping, fees, sales tax, literally everything here, right? So we can see this item is profitable today, which is what the SellerAmp Chrome extension shows us. And then I also want to take a look down here at the Keepa Chrome extension as well. which is actually what's going to show us if an item's been profitable over time. So not only do we need to see if it's good today, but we also need to see if it's actually been profitable over time. And the cool thing is the Keep a Chrome extension shows us the supply, demand, and price action ever since this product was added on Amazon here. So we can literally see going here all 2,000 days. So literally like back when I was in college, for example here. But when you're a beginner, you want to take a look at the 3-month data right here, right? So taking a look here at this Keep a chart, guys, the bottom Keep a chart right here shows the new offer count, otherwise known as the seller count. We want to make sure over the past 3 months, it's either nice and stable or trending down, which we can see this one for the most part is pretty stable right here. And then the top Keep a chart is this pink line, the buy box line. That's where you want to be looking here, guys, to see where the buy box is actually going. And then the green line shows the sales rank here. You just want to make sure that the sales rank has never been like way above 200K here, right? So we want to make sure that demand's good. And my favorite way to tell demand, guys, is actually going to be taking a look at the offer count movement. So the bottom Keep a chart as well, to make sure that there's good up and down movement. People are selling out, people are restocking, and then this actually is a proven listing right here. So we can see this is not bad at all right here. And that's a nice example of a winning product. Now, in terms of the new offer count, otherwise known as the seller count, I get asked all the time, how much competition is too much competition on a specific product? And truth be told, that doesn't really matter, because there's terrible listings that have 2 sellers and great listings that have 60 sellers, right? And it's all about how fast this listing actually sells. This is a 50K rank with 100 sales per month that the price is really stable pretty much last year here. So we know people are making money on this and they're happy. But say the offer count was shooting up here, this is something we would want to avoid, and the price shooting down. I'm going to show you guys an example of a bad Keep a chart here in a couple minutes. We can see nice winning product, basic product research criteria, under 200K, $3 plus profit per unit, 30% plus return on investment. Not bad whatsoever here. So we take a look at this next item. We can see these Tommy boxers here, right? We can see buy boxing at 45 here, 16K sales rank, not bad whatsoever here. And then we can see over on the Tommy website, we can buy them for $25.50. So if I plug in $25.50 here, I can see that leaves $5 profit per sale and a 20% ROI here. But I can see there's actually an extra 25% here if I buy over $175 worth. So if I take off 25% from this, I can literally just do math within SellerAmp here. Now this listing becomes $12 profit and a 60% ROI. And that's the exact type of stuff I want to be taking a look at here. And what I need you guys to understand is that every website has a couple tips and tricks that can lower your buy cost, like email sign-up codes and like that sale we just took a look at here on Tommy Hilfiger, that create the margin on these different products. And that's like the biggest thing to understand when you're a beginner here, guys. And then we can take a look down here on the Keep a chart and we can see like the past month or so, the competition's pretty much been like 7 or 8 the whole time. Price is nice and stable here. That's not bad whatsoever. And then we can also see that it says IP. So IP can play an issue suspected with Tommy Hilfiger. But if we take a look all time, we can see that there's never been any like big drops in competition, which would show the brand pretty much kicking everyone off the listing. So this is not something we would want to avoid. It just is suspected IP issues, not known IP issues. We can see people are happy on a listing like this. You can check other listings in the Tommy Hilfiger brand to see if that's the case. And that's not bad whatsoever here, guys. So here's a couple examples of winning products. I also want to show you guys an example of a product that looks profitable, but you should actually avoid here. So if we take a look, these are over here on the Gap Factory website for $18 right here, right? But if we scroll to the bottom here, guys, we can see there's actually a 20% code we can go ahead and take advantage of here. So now the buy cost on this is an 18. It's actually 18 minus 20%, which now becomes $7 profit and a 48% ROI right here. The problem is this Keep a chart's not good with the competition shooting up and the price shooting down. So unfortunately, that trend is probably going to continue. So that's totally something we want to avoid right here. And then this is an example of like a hidden winning product here, where we can see a lot of beginners would automatically avoid listings that Amazon is selling themselves. But if we take a look at this Keep a chart right here, we can see, scrolling in here, we can see that there's sellers that aren't Amazon in the buy box. It's whoever like that Eva Moreno person is, right? Or whatever their storefront name is, right? We can see some other sellers are getting the buy box here, right? So it's not just Amazon buy boxing. In fact, Amazon's actually priced way above the buy box and not getting it often here, right? And then we can see these are over on Gap for $20. Right there, so we can pick these up for like $16 right there. So it's actually pretty much like a hidden winning product right there, and totally something you go ahead and take a look at. So now we've seen a couple examples of winning products, a not good product as well as a hidden winning product here that a lot of beginners would miss. because most beginners will automatically avoid stuff with no buy box or stuff that Amazon's on here, but we can see Amazon's actually sharing buy box in this product, so that's not bad whatsoever. Now, I want to show you guys a bunch of those tips and tricks that a ton of beginners aren't using before we actually do some live product research here. So let's jump in and take a look at some of the different ways we can lower our buy costs to create more winning products that other new sellers are going to miss that aren't taking advantage of them. So these might seem a little bit confusing the first time you go out and use them, but trust me, after a month or two, it's really, really simple, kind of similar to doing anything new here. But as you guys are going to want to watch me do some live product research here in a couple minutes, you want to be keeping in mind when you're doing this stuff on your own using SellerAmp and Keepa, how I can go ahead and lower my buy cost to create more winning products. Because by far the number one mistake I see beginners make is expecting items to be profitable at the advertised cost and not using the different discounts. Now, as a beginner, you're going to have to find all these discounts on your own the first time here. But if you join my program, I'm just going to plug you in on all my favorite coupons, tips, and tricks that create the margin on these different products. So that's a big kind of plus of that here. But you just really need to understand that each website has one or two tips and tricks that go ahead and create the margin, but every website is unique, and you're very, very rarely going to find items that are profitable at the cost. So the first discount is going to be coupons via the free Chrome extensions, Capital One Shopping, Be Frugal, Retail Me Not, Top Cashback, and Coupon Birds. You want to go ahead and download all those. They're going to give you cash back and actually show you coupons you might not have found on other websites pretty frequently, as well as Evergreen, so around all the time, email, account, and text sign-up codes, which are like the one we saw on Yankee Candle, or if you go to Dick's Sporting Goods and scroll to the bottom right there as well, you'll see an email sign-up code as well. You can use email codes again and again, setting up what's called a catch-all email via Namecheap. That's super easy. And phone number coupon codes you can reuse on a lot of websites, just unsubscribing and resubscribing, or using services like Text Now and Google Voice right there, depending on how they deliver the code. There's a lot of coupons you can find just hidden on Google as well, which is pretty cool too. Or just asking customer service. So if you just say, hey, are there any discount codes? I found this item cheaper elsewhere, or something like that, right? Networking with other Amazon sellers in the community is super helpful too. Discounted gift cards on Top Cashback and Cardbear are a huge way to get an extra 4 to 15% off your orders. You can create a lot of extra margin with those. Always making sure you're checking out through an account on these different websites to get rewards programs like Kohl's Cash. Certain websites will let you use your reseller certificate, which is mainly for retail arbitrage and wholesale, but occasionally for online arbitrage too on sites like Home Depot and Walmart. Getting on a listing quick, merchant fulfilled. So rather than shipping your products off in bulk to the FBA warehouse, if you see other people making money on them FBM, you can probably FBM them too as well. Holiday sales, we got Mother's Day, Memorial Day, Father's Day, and 4th of July coming up. Every time a big holiday happens, there's a ton of sales these retailers run, which creates more profitable products for us. Stacking on these opportunities together as well. So say there's a big sale on a certain website like we saw on Yankee Candle that we can stack with that sign-up coupon. That's an excellent tool right there as well. Keeping really well organized SellerAmp Google Sheets is great too as well. Smart repricing above the buy box when you actually price your products on Amazon. I get asked all the time, how many should you buy to start, right? If you need to get ungated, you're going to buy 10 of different products right there. Then 5 to 10 unit test orders right there once you're ungated in a specific brand. But pricing in terms of what you actually price your products at, when you're selling items FBM, just match the buy box price. When you're selling stuff FBA, you always want to price a little bit higher to see if you can drag that buy box up as well. So that's two questions I get all the time. What do you actually price your products at, and how many of a winning product should you buy when you find one right there? If you're ever worried about ungating different products, I have a full ungating tutorial on my channel. I'll also leave a link down below in the description for my free auto ungate list as well. And then also using a sales tax-free prep center to avoid sales tax is a good thing when you're actually scaling your business as well. Don't really worry about that when you're a beginner. So now we've seen a couple examples of winning products. We know the different discounts we can use to actually make those items good, but how do you actually find your own winning products here? And most beginners will think that the best way to find winning products as a beginner is to just go to different websites like Target and Walmart and go to their clearance sections and look for stuff and then cross-reference it over to Amazon. Truth be told, if you do that when you're a beginner, you're just going to end up wasting a bunch of time. What makes way more sense, guys, is taking a look inside the storefronts of other sellers using what's called the storefront stalking method right here. And then how do you know where to start? You just use the winning proxy in my video. You've seen a couple here, and then we're going to find a bunch more here in this video as well in this product research marathon here. So what we can do is just look inside the storefronts of these other sellers, and then we can see instantly a bunch of listings that we already know have proven sales history by taking a look at their sales rank and then a little bit kind of their reviews, but most importantly their sales rank here, to find all these vetted items we already know other sellers are making money on. So all we need to do that, guys, is scroll down here on SellerAmp, So we can see the other sellers that are carrying this product here. And then we just want to open up sellers that we know are making lots of money, aka that have lots of reviews. The nice thing is you actually don't really need to worry about the review counts of other sellers here, because we can see this listing's been consistent over time. So we can see like no one's been like mad and had like dropped their price a bunch here. So like that's a common thing beginners will worry about. But like think about it. When you bought something on Amazon, you look at the reviews on the product, not the reviews of the seller right here. And the nice thing is that Amazon just rotates the buy box, as we can see here, being that there's a bunch of names showing here in the buy box on Keepa right there. So you pretty much just want to open up anyone you could see making money. 25 plus reviews here, right? So we can see like 100 reviews right there, 70 reviews right here, 100 reviews right there, right? So we can take a look. Yeah, it looks like that seller's on at FBA and FBM. It's a really good hack too as well. And now pretty quickly here, we can see all the different sellers that are carrying this product, and we can open up their storefronts and take a look at what else they got here, right? So we can see inside their storefronts, instantly we can see all the brands they carry here. So now we get ideas of other potentially reseller friendly brands, right? And then all the categories they carry here as well. We can also filter into specific ones here too. Storefront stocking is just the best way when you're a beginner. And then we can also see all the listings they have that have a good sales rank. Their quickest selling stuff that sells quickest is going to show up in the front of their storefront. The slower selling stuff in the back here, you want to stay below a 200K rank right there. And we can go ahead and see what we can track down from here. So we can see like this seller's got like 2,000 ASINs here, so that's kind of too much here. This seller's got like 4,000 ASINs here, so we're not going to worry about that here. We can see like, yeah, like this seller's got, 250 views. We can take a look at that here. This seller's going to give us a bunch of good ideas here too. Different brands, different categories, etc. here. Same thing with this seller we can take a look at here as well. And you guys get the idea here. We can see like, like a bunch of Yankee Candle stuff. Bob's Red Mill, not super familiar with it, but they've got 401 ASINs, so they're probably making money on it, right? And that's going to be the name of the game here, guys, just taking a look at this stuff right here as well. So say we take a look at like this seller here, right? And we can see, okay, they got Yankee Candle stuff, Reebok stuff, Fenty Beauty stuff here. So for example, we can pull up 2K rank. We know folks are making money on that. 3K rank, we know people are making money on that. The problem is the price is really trending down. So I'm actually not going to worry about those there, right? But we can see, some of these video games are going down in price here. Amazon's on some of those here. But we can see, looks like third-party sellers are getting sales on those. So we can go ahead and open up those here, right? So you just want to be taking a look at stuff that's nice and stable price-wise. We can go ahead and dig in, see if we can make some money on there as well. So let's see, take a look at those here, right? So stuff like Jordan, unfortunately, is closed for new sellers with like Nike and Puma, stuff like that here. We can see 100 sales rank. That's incredibly good right there. So we can take a look at those here, right? 500 rank right there. That's incredibly good too. So we can take a look at that as well. And then the nice thing too is you can also use ChatGPT to just look up like where brands are typically sold. So for example, like this Goodfellow brand is sold exclusively here from Target. Right here, we can see, that's like a pretty high sales rank. We can take a quick Google on this though here. This specific listing isn't going to be good, but we can see like, like it's actually on sale right now. And I know that Goodfellow is reseller friendly here. So what I'm going to do is see if there's another listing for these that might have a better sales rank than 1 million here, right? So we can see, go ahead and take a look at this. We can plug in these woven boxers here. So if we go ahead and plug this in here, right, we can see what they're going for on Amazon. Like here we go, like 28 here. A good rule to keep in mind, guys, is that for something to be profitable, you typically have to sell it for double or more of what you can buy it, just with Amazon's fees and everything like that, right? So we can see here, plugging this in, see available options right here. So we can see I got a bunch of different sizes here, right? So we can take a look at these here. So medium at 28. Right here, so let's see. So 13.6 here. Looks like a medium's out of stock right there. We can see, a small 36 here. Right, so we can see, 36 here. Small's in stock right there. So 13.6. Right, so we can see 13.6 right here. So we can see $12 profit, 90% ROI, but it does have the private label alert right here. This is very important. You want to be taking a look. So it does have the private label alert here, but that just means it's historically had low sellers. That doesn't mean it's actually a private label listing. What I need to do is take a look and see if there's any sellers here that are the brand, which we can see, it's definitely not the brand and definitely not the brand here. So we can see this is actually an example of a nice winning product here that's literally had like no sellers for a while, but the sales rank on this listing is good. So I know that the other variations here actually sell well, and it's not that this specific size doesn't sell well, probably it's just that there's literally never been anyone selling it. So if you see these gaps here, this is actually something I would go ahead and test right there. So that's not bad whatsoever. Take a look through other Goodfellow listings here too. So we can see, it looks like Amazon's pretty much holding the whole buy box on that. We can see, so not going to worry about those guys. Right here, We can see these Yeti cups right here. That red IP issue, typically I'll avoid stuff that has that. Unfortunately here, these Gap t-shirts, Gap's a good brand here. What I'll typically do when you see stuff that has a bunch of different colors, bunch of different sizes, etc., is what I'll do is I'll go down here and hit the variations tab on Keepa to see which variations are moving best on this product, aka which variations have the best offer count movement here. So when we hit the variations tab, we can then see all the different variations on a specific product here, and we can scroll through and see which have good offer count movement here. You do have to make sure you organize your columns similar to mine here, which is very important there too. We can see if any of these guys, yeah, like for example, that looks pretty good there, right? So we can see some good offer count movement there. And the nice thing is every winning product you find opens you up to other storefronts to go ahead and take a look at too. And then literally all we do, guys, just hit the Google button here and see what websites carry this product here. All right, so this looks very promising. This is here at, yeah, $8. Right, so we can see, so we're here at $8 right here. Now there is a little bit of a risk because Amazon's been in stock on this in the past, but honestly at $8, that's pretty damn good, right? And remember guys, if we scroll to the bottom here, right, we can take a look and see that extra 20% coupon as well. So if we take this off, it goes from 8 down to 20 here. And I can go ahead and open up carbear.com as well to see if there's any discounted gift cards that work on this too as well right here. So we can see, yeah, literally like 10 to 20% off extra using these discounted gift cards. So say conservatively, we got like 15% here. Right now, this listing becomes even better. You can see, yeah, it's like you basically like triple your money on this item. So that's not bad whatsoever. And even it goes back to where it was like 19, that's still pretty good right there. And now I can see if there's any sellers in this listing that have a bunch of other Gap stuff here as well. So we can see like, yeah, like 1,300 reviews right there. Let's take a look at that right here, right? And we can see. Well, they got, yes, they got a ton of Tommy Hilfiger stuff right here, a bunch of Gap stuff as well. We started out, we saw a good Tommy Hilfiger item. We found a couple of Gap things. Let's see if there's other Tommy Hilfiger items we can take advantage of similar to that first item we found. It's like 29K rank. We know people are making money on that. Let's take a look. 14K rank. We know people are making money on that. Let's take a look. 30K rank. Let's take a look at that here, right? And this is how you get the ball rolling with the stuff, guys. Literally the name of the game is just saying, hey, what are other people making money on? And then can I go ahead and make some money on it too? So like there's those plain Gap t-shirts. We found that good variation of those. That's how we found the storefront. 39K rank. Let's take a look at that here, right? We can see 3K rank. Let's take a look at that as well. And then remember, guys, once we come to a listing, all we need to do is go down here to the variations tab on Keepa and say, hey, which variations have good offer count? Which ones are other people making money on? And how can we position ourselves in there right here? So let's see. Any good offer count movement on these guys here? Let's see. Sometimes we just want to look for that offer count wiggle there. Yeah, maybe right here, right? I mean, this one might not be bad here. It's been buy boxing like $25 the whole time. It doesn't have the best offer count movement here, which indicates like, you know, people selling out and everything here. But we can go ahead and take a look and see if we can make some money on this here because that other Gap t-shirt was so, so cheap, right? And that's how you want to think about branching out and finding other winning products. It's like, okay, the shirts with no logo were good. What about the shirts with the logo here, right? And then what about the hoodies with the logo, right? And you get the idea and you kind of keep moving on. This nice thing is like, if it's selling well on Amazon, people are making money on it, especially if it's full of third-party sellers, right? And then we just got to Google this here. We can take a look here. Yeah, so $10, right? So let's see. So this is called the, New Shadow right here. So let's see. So New Shadow right here. Ah, crap. They might not have this, this gray color here as well. What I'll also do is sometimes I'll go here and double click and then search image with Google Lens here as well and see if we can find it based on that. Ah, okay. So we can see. So yeah. It might be here just out of stock, right? We can see if this color shows on this guy here. Yeah, Heather Gray. Okay, so it looks like we're not going to be able to track down that. No problem. We'll keep it moving here, right? Let's see. So we go down here, variations, see what people are making money on here, and then we'll take a look at that as well, right? We can see. Yeah, so it looks like comp's going up a bit on that here. We take a look at these guys. Yeah, nice and stable right there as well. 32 right here, 32 on that as well. Looks like we got some good offer count movement on these. So like people are making money on this stuff here, guys. So let's see, like 33. Let's take a look here. Yeah, 34 in the buy box, right? So we can see, looks like, yeah, people are getting buy box share higher on that. Right, so we can see, plugging these in on Google here, right, 34, right? Then we see, okay, what websites carry them right here? And we can see, yeah, $20 right there. So if we're here at, yeah, $20 here, right? Then we want to take off that 20% code, right? And then we also want to see, okay, Car Bear, really good discounted gift cards for Gap here, right? Say we get like 15% off. And literally, guys, don't overcomplicate that. You literally just buy the gift cards at a discount, then you get the gift cards and you use them to check out right there. So it's pretty easy here. We take off, another 15%. And remember, guys, this is after shipping, fees, sales tax, literally everything. Ungating this stuff isn't complicated, guys. In the description, there's the auto ungate list, and I also have the coaching program application in the description as well. If you just want to source with me, literally one-on-one on Zoom, have me check our leads, have me plug you in on all these different discounts here as well, right? Gap, for example, when you go to ungate it requests 10 units. Even if it doesn't request units, we're still seeing 10 units work on a lot of stuff for other brands that don't, that might require 50 or 100 units. For example, here we're still seeing 10 work, but Gap, you can only buy 5 per cart per item, so you just do 2 orders, combine the PDFs right there. It's nice, easy. Don't overthink ungating, guys. In 2025, it's not something you see like a big barrier here, but we can see $6 profit, 42% ROI there. Not bad whatsoever there. Absolutely the type of stuff I'm trying to take a look at right there. Pretty good. And then we also want to take a look at these other sizes too as well. And remember, guys, this is after shipping, fees, sales tax, literally everything. Seller amp takes into account all of that stuff, guys. So let's see. So we take a look at these guys as well, right? So we can see, yeah, so pretty blocky. So I want to avoid stuff that's blocky here, right? I want stuff that has a bunch of good offer count movement, but we'll take a quick glance at the variations and see if there's any stuff that does right here as well. So let's take a look here. See what's got some good offer count movement on that here. That's not looking bad here, honestly, guys. Let's see. So let's see right there. Yes, these guys, what are these guys? Oh, frequently returned here. Okay, so we would have to go a little bit higher ROI because it's frequently returned here as well. Not that that's something you should totally like avoid, but we do want to keep that in mind and go a little bit higher ROI. So let's see. So yeah, doesn't look like, okay, so yeah, not seeing those guys. No problem here. Let's see, 47 on these guys, right? First order of business, we want to go to variations, see which variations have good offer count movement here. Let's take a look, guys, as well. So let's see here. Yeah, take a look. Yeah, nice and blocky there. And you really got to make sure you take a sec and actually organize your variations tab correctly on Keepa. A lot of people will accidentally put this as the new price one that just says new. You need it where it says new offer count and then new for the price, right? So you can filter top to bottom and see which variations are selling for the highest and actually sell via that offer count movement, guys. Because remember, the sales rank does not change between variation, but the Keepa chart does, and we're looking for good Keepa charts right there. So let's see. Take a look here. Yeah, like nice and yeah, maybe here, right? It is a polo that's $52 here, so we can take a quick glance at this here. So let's see. Okay, wow. All right. Well, let's see. Is that a white button? It's white button. We need, yeah, it has like navy there. So let's see. We're not going to worry about those here as well, right? We can take a look at these guys as well. Variations 2 here. Let's go ahead and take a look here. Yeah, pretty blocky on those. So we found those Tommy boxers that were good. So we can literally just sometimes just Amazon search when you know there's a good deal going on. Just search like Tommy boxers or Tommy boxer briefs here, right? And just see what the Amazon algorithm's showing me for other listings here as well, right? So we can see, yeah, like 50 plus bought, 23 plus bought, right? So we can go ahead and take a look at a couple of these and see if, other ones of these also make money here, which they very well might and they might not, but like we know there's a good deal going on Tommy, so we can go ahead and take a look at that other stuff here too as well, right? So we can see, yeah, pretty blocky here. Not good, right? We'll see what other folks are making money on here as well, though, right? Taking a look at the variations here as well, see if there's any good offer count movement too. Let's go ahead and take a look at a couple more of these here as well, right? And sometimes you end up wasting time with that, but like it's not wasted time when you're learning here, right? So we can see, yeah, no movement on those guys right here. Right, we can take a look at these guys as well, right, too. We can see, yeah, no real movement on those guys. Okay, so yeah, we're not going to worry about those right there. So sometimes not the best idea right there. We can see 26 on these guys too. And the nice thing is looking in these storefronts, guys, we can see tons of other examples of brands that people are making money on and categories that people are making money on. And that's how you go about expanding your catalog out here, guys, right? So we can see, like, say, we take a look here. Yeah, like other stuff in like Nautica, for example, here, right? So we can see, yeah, 3K rank, 58K rank here. So we can go ahead and take a look at those, see what other folks are making money on here. There's tons of brands that come from Walmart. There's stuff that comes from only Target. They saw like Goodfellow, right? And we can see, boom. So let's take a look at the variations here and see, hey, okay, what are other folks making money on here? Like what's got good offer count movement here? Let's see. So yeah, not really much offer count movement on those guys here. So we're not going to worry about those here. Right, we can take a look at these. We can also open up, yeah, polos right here as well. Right, so we can take a look at those here. There's a lot of good stuff that moves from Nautica, and we just want to be opening up only stuff that we know has a good sales rank and has proven sales history, which derives from sales rank here, right? So we can see, take a look on these t-shirts here. Let's go down here to variations, see what's got good offer count movement right here, and let's take a look on that as well, right? So we can see, taking a look here, what's got good offer count movement. right there. Yeah, like that looks pretty good there, right? So we can see, taking a look on those guys right here. So let's see. So we're here at, yeah, literally just like plain white t-shirts, right? It's also an FBM seller in the buy box here. It's not an FBA seller right there. So we know we'd be able to price above that as an FBA seller here as well. So let's see. Yeah, like if I'm going 27 right there. And the reason on that is because Amazon wants to give you the buy box as an FBA seller over FBM sellers because they get more in fees because you don't pay individual shipping, but you do pay the FBA fees. So it ends up being about the same as FBM. It benefits Amazon more and it's a better customer experience right there. So we can see at 27 here, price this in, right? We can see, yeah, look at that. There we go. Yeah, so we're here at, okay, so we got a deal here on Nautica too, right? So we can see, yeah, like an extra 20% right here as well. So literally just these black t-shirts here. So 13, sell at 27, right? And we can go ahead and take off that 20% here, right? So Nautica says 100 unit on gate. We're still seeing 10 work on those right there. So we can see $6 profit, 60% ROI. Absolutely the type of listing I'm trying to take a look at here, guys, in 2025. And then you also want to take a look at the other variations on that listing there too and see what other items in the brand are popping off as well. And the nice thing is we're not doing any guesswork, guys. We're only buying stuff that we know has proven sales history here, right, that we can go ahead and flip for a profit on Amazon, right? So we just go here, say, hey, what has good offer coming, right? What are other people making money on here? And then what can I go ahead and make some money on too here as well? So we can see like, yeah, like that looks decent there, right? This looks really nice here at, yeah, 54 right there. So we can take a look at that, right? And you can see, literally just go through these winning procs you see in this video and track down other stuff from here. We saw there's a good Yankee Candle deal on, definitely going to be other good Yankee Candle products as well, right? We can see, yeah, like this has literally been no buy box here, but it's still been making money, right? We can see, taking a look on this here, Deep Heather. Yeah, it doesn't look like we have a match on those here. I mean, maybe if that was, yeah, Deep Anchor, that's a different blue right there. So we're not going to worry about those here. We're going to take a look at these polos as well, right? So let's go to variations, say, hey, what are other folks making money on? What can we go ahead and track down? And as you're coming to each website, you want to go, okay, is there any coupon on Capital One Shopping or Coupon Birds, right? Are there discounted gift cards? Is there an email sign-up code that pops up right there, right? So let's see here. Taking a look on these guys, yes, like super blocky, so not going to worry about those here. Right, we take a look at these polos as well. 67K rank, does say private label, but remember, guys, that just means low competition right there. It doesn't automatically mean private label right here. Right, we can see 40 bucks on these polos right here. FBM buy box as well. Right, so we can see. Boom, taking a look here. Yes, it looks like Navy right there. So 22. Right, so 22. Take off 20% from that. Right, we can see. $8 profit, 45% ROI, absolutely type of stuff I want to take a look at here. Even if it goes back down to where it was at 35, that's still not bad whatsoever here. And remember, guys, we then can just keep this loop of endless storefront stock and going right here and say, hey, okay, what are these other people making money on? What can we go ahead and take a look at from there and track down other profitable winning procs as well? We can take a look at these shorts here and see variations, right? What's got good offer count movement here? And let's find one more winning product here as well for this sourcing marathon, right? And you got to remember, right? I obviously have a lot of experience with this stuff. I can kind of see what a good listing looks like. But the nice thing is you don't have to do any guesswork. Let the data speak for itself, right? So we can see, look up these shorts here. Or let's see, yeah, okay, here we go. Yes, like these guys minus 20% here, right? So we can see, only certain size here as well, though, right? So we can see, and it doesn't look like we have that extra deal here, but we can probably do the spin to win and get 15% off. And some websites, those discounts will even stack here as well, right? So let's see. So we got, so we got 34, 36 here, right? So let's see. Taking a look at these guys here. Yeah, so 34 is at 25, so that definitely doesn't work here. Or 36 is at 25 here. We can see these guys here, and then what was that other one there? Yeah, 42. Right here, we can take a look at these other colors, though, here as well. Yeah, 25, so that doesn't work here. Right, we can see if there's any of these other colors here as well. Like, I think I found the pink ones at profitable at some point here. So we can take a look at these pink ones as well here, too. So we can take a look at that once these variations load, right? Part of doing this is you end up having tons of tabs, but you learn to manage that effectively over time, and you end up saving stuff that's close, but not quite there to go ahead and take a look at in the future as well here, too. So we can see like 53. We can take a look at these bad boys here as well, right? Boom, there we go. Yeah, 8.5 right there. We can see stretch solid right there. Boom, here we go. So we're here at 22. Right, 22 right there. Boom, not bad whatsoever. And just some further pricing tips. I can see this is an FBM buy box right here. So I know I'd want to price above this as an FBA seller right there. And then if you're wondering how you actually do FBA shipments right there, I definitely recommend using our shipment software, Boxum, for listing, shipping, the entire process. Don't even need to go on Seller Central for it right there, which makes things a lot easier once you actually ship the products yourself, get some test orders in, get some ungating done, and get those shipped off to Amazon right there as well. So hope this video was super helpful, guys. If you have any questions questions on how to actually effectively do Amazon online arbitrage sourcing, make sure to let me know down below in the comments. Subscribe for more. And if you want me to get on Zoom with you one-on-one and live source together, take a look at my coaching program application link down below in the description. I'll plug you in on all my favorite coupons, tips, tricks, and strategies. I'll check your leads for you. I'll help you get around other Amazon sellers crossing the game. We'll get together live one-on-one on Zoom to source together. We also have 3 group coaching calls a week. So if that's something you're interested in, take a look at the link in the description, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Thanks so much for watching.